You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, week one of the college football season is in the books, and there was a lot of controversy with ESPN and Spectrum when it came to college football. Because, frankly, guys, a game was pulled off the air. Actually, the whole ESPN network was pulled off the air right before kickoff. And, guys, the effects of that have been devastating, to say the least, for ESPN. ESPN is a dying brand. Everything is going to have to change with this company because I don't see how they can actually survive in the future going forward, man. Getting pulled off of Spectrum is pretty much a death blow at this point. Now, I believe that Spectrum should not bend the knee. They have all the leverage there, folks. They even said that they're willing to just have no Disney channels on cable whatsoever. They have all the leverage. ESPN, Disney, you know what? They're in a bunch of trouble now, guys. We got the ratings for week one, and it is an absolute disaster for Disney. I mean, looking at these numbers, guys, compared to last year especially, and I knew this was probably going to happen because Spectrum has a large percentage of cable customers. If they don't have ESPN, the amount of eyeballs that are actually watching the games is going to be way, way down. Now, the weekend was really, really good for Fox, but when it comes to ESPN, not so much. Over here on Outkick, guys, look at this. College football week one TV ratings, a huge win for Fox and Colorado, disaster for ESPN. Now, the talk of week one was actually on Deion Sanders in Colorado pulling off the upset against TCU. And by the way, Colorado is ranked in the top 25 now. I believe they rank number 22 or something like that. This team only won one game last season, guys. One game. And in their first game with Deion Sanders, they actually win against a top 25 team. Now, TCU no longer is in the top 25 anymore because they lost to Colorado, who was actually like a 22-point underdog, if I'm not mistaken. But let's go ahead and get into this, guys. Now, of course, Outkick is actually owned by Fox. So they're really going to be hyping up, the huge win for Fox. Now, I get it. It is what it is. Numbers don't lie, guys. It was pretty good for Fox and terrible for ESPN. It says here, Fox rolled the dice on Deion Sanders making Colorado relevant in week one of the college football season, and it paid off in a massive way. Couple that with the disastrous Disney Spectrum dispute that caused massive ESPN blackouts across the country, and it was a banner weekend for the good guys, and they say that's us talking about Fox. The TV numbers are in. They've been crunched, and when they came back out the other side of the data was clear. People were obsessed with Colorado's upset bid in Fort Worth Saturday, and the only thing that saved Disney and ESPN over the first weekend was Sunday night's LSU-FSU game. Now, of course, those are two big-name teams in LSU and Florida State, and actually the numbers are right here. On ESPN, they got 9.165 million people to actually watch LSU and Florida State. Colorado and TCU, second on Fox, 7.262 million. A Colorado team that won one game, but Deion Sanders is the huge draw. That paid off for Fox. Pretty good right there. But look here. Over here on Eds, Clay Travis lays out the devastation here for ESPN. He tweets out, the impact of the Charter ESPN dispute is pretty staggering for ESPN, ABC college football ratings. Overall, ABC is down 41% and ESPN is down 44% compared to last year's college football games. Big Noon, which is Fox, also increased 22% in ratings, and College Game Day was down 18% over last year. The impact on ratings is pretty staggering from one company, Blackout. Yeah, this is why I said that that Spectrum does not need the cave. ESPN needs Spectrum more than Spectrum actually needs ESPN. I mean, that's just a fact, guys. ESPN is suffering. College game day, 18% down. But the games, 44% on ESPN down from a year ago. Week 1, man. Usually week 1, a whole bunch of people are very, very hyped up to see their favorite football teams. Now the damage is done. It's clear. ESPN needs Spectrum badly. Spectrum, you have all the leverage. Do not cave. Do not cave to ESPN. I'm loving this, guys. ESPN is suffering. Overall, man, the Walt Disney Company 2023 has to be the biggest disaster like in the last 50 years to them. Everything is failing. Streaming is failing. TV is failing. Disney Plus is failing. ESPN is failing. ESPN fired a whole bunch of people just a few months ago. And if this keeps up, guys, I told you guys, this is just the tip of the iceberg here. The whole Charter Spectrum thing, that's just the beginning. When it actually comes to other cable companies, when it's time to actually negotiate with ESPN, ESPN is going to want a whole bunch of money. And I believe that these companies, these cable companies should actually say, no, we're not going to do it. Stand your ground. I mean, ESPN has been dying in the ratings anyway, even really before the whole cord cutting thing actually started to happen. Now it's in full force. It is in full force, guys. This is really bad. ESPN depends on the NBA and college football to generate their live sports revenue. Now, of course, you know, you got Monday Night Football, but I believe when Monday Night Football actually comes out on ESPN, I believe they're going to actually simulcast that on ABC, which is on free network TV. So we will have to see. But boy, very, very bad news here for ESPN in week 1. I mean, the panic is already there. You already got ESPN trading blows with Spectrum, and I believe that Spectrum is winning this thing right now. I do. That is brutal, man. 44% down. ABC, now ABC, like I said, free over-the-air TV, but a lot of people may not have an antenna. All you got to do is just go out there and get an antenna if you want to watch ABC for free. That's what I have. I have a HD home run from Silicon Dust, and I'm able to watch all the locals for free, and that's where a lot of the football was actually played. Now, of course, I can't watch ESPN, but I'm fine with that. I'm fine not actually watching ESPN. When you actually cut the cord, guys, you're going to have to make a little bit of sacrifices. You just are. There will be some sacrifice. Is it actually really worth, paying that, I don't know, $150 cable bill or $80 streaming bill just to watch ESPN? Because ESPN is the only reason why people actually still hold on to cable. Once that actually goes out, cable TV is completely done. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.